Unrecognisable thanks to their green number plates, the juniors are the future stars of Enduro. Just like their senior compatriots, the French under-23 team are the fastest on day one, but only just. 1.28 seconds separates Les Français from the US of A. The Americans are here with yet another very promising generation, starting with their captain, Russell Bobbitt. Spain are third, 22 seconds adrift after being dealt a real blow. Their captain, Oriol Mena, seriously shaken up after a big crash. He finished the day despite the pain so as not to penalise his team. ISDE Day 2. The show isn't just during the special stages, but also in the mornings at the assistant areas, where the riders have 10 minutes to work on the bikes themselves. A little carburetor tweaking for Finland's Samueli Aro, while Antoine Mayo, the Frenchman, changes his shocks just in time. And a change of the rules for Day 2. The riders take off in order of their individual standings. In other words, all the best take off at the same time and battle it out in identical conditions. The course is the same as Day 1, and we head off south of Figura da Foz. The liaison sectors head towards the checkpoints and assistant areas. Here, more than anywhere, you have to look after your machine to ensure you get to the end of the 6-day adventure. Between the hard dirt and the soft sand, the riders take time to adjust their suspension. On the sand, it's not fundamental, but I'm starting to tire a little, so a little help from the fork is always welcome. The Finn Juha Salminen looks like he's got out the wrong side of bed. His BMW is starting to show some worrying signs. In the trophy category, each day brings another top-class retirement. After the American Ricky Dietrich on Day 1, it was David Knight's turn to quit the ISDE. The victim of gearbox trouble, the Breton, fell and was knocked out during the Enduro test. He threw in the towel and Great Britain team were down to a modest 9th place, despite banking on the experience of Paul Edmondson, the fastest Englishman on Day 1.
A lot of 6 days, maybe 17, 18, and I have a lot of gold medals, but the goal is to get one more, and then I should have the most from any rider in the 6 days. So a bit of history there for me, and this 6 days, beautiful place, lovely country, and you know, for me, riding in the sand is always a bonus. So it's a beautiful place, and I'm glad I'm here.
Things are a little better for Sweden. They climbed 2 places on Day 2, leapfrogging Australia and the USA into 4th. In the Swedish camp, the fastest rider is Joachim Ljunggren on his factory Huseberg. Here he takes us through the Super Special, the timed sector that the riders complete at the end of each day on the beach at Figura da Foz.
Really not the same like hardpack. You really need to sit on the back, almost on the rear fender, and try to get the grip in the sand. It's really heavy for the bike. So for me it's good. I'm tall and I'm always sitting far on the back, so I like it very much, and it's so nice location on the beach.
Italy on this terrain, which is deteriorating more and more with each passage, should be getting better, but they lost more ground on Day 2 and still lie 3rd in the overall standings. Salvini is still their fastest man ahead of Simone Albagoni. who has a real battle on his hands against the Frenchman Julien Gauthier and the Finn Eero Remes in his category. At the end of 2 days' competition, Finland are second, 2 minutes to the good of Italy. Yet it's anything but trouble-free. Simo Kirsi broke 2 fingers on day 1. As for Juha Salminen, he's his team's joker on day 2 after his bike stopped and lost 3 minutes in the middle of a special. Not impressed. France are leading the battle for the trophy and have even extended their lead, even though the French medical staff has been hard at work. Wisdom teeth for Antoine Mayo, wrist pain for Julien Gauthier, and a very worrying eye injury for Marc Germain, the man that replaced captain Sébastien Guillaume at the last minute. And what about Portugal in all of this? Well, the host nation is doing very well. They're currently occupying 7th place and are thrilling the home fans a little more with each stage. Helder Rodrigues is the leading light in Portuguese enduro racing. After more than a decade at the top of world enduro, he's the man that's taken the sport to his nation.
No, enduro in Portugal is coming up, and me, I make enduro many years, and then a Dakar. It's coming up.
As for Luis Correa, he's been the revelation of the ISDE. At just 23 years of age, he's taking part in his first enduro adventure and is second in the Enduro 2 category. Correa, in just 6 days, will become the new jewel in Portugal's enduro crown.
No enduro rider, just Portuguese championship motocross rider, and last year I'm practice for 5 last GPs and motocross. This is my life is motocross. Just the people tell me, come to 6 days, maybe it's beautiful for you, and I come.
You like?
Yes. Yesterday I not like so much because the motocross is different. You know the tracks, you know the circuits. Now it's everything. You put the gas and you don't know the circuits. But today is I know, and I push more, and the good result for me.
With perfect organisation, the Portuguese are showing the world once again that they can work wonders in putting on a major event. As for the public, they're motorsports mad, and that certainly doesn't hurt. In the junior competition, it couldn't get much tighter. While Oriol Mena is gritting his teeth and doing it tough, his Spanish teammates Mario Roman, Lorenzo Santolino and Victor Guerrero are attacking, and they take the lead just 13 seconds ahead of France. Here's the Frenchman Yannick Bossy giving himself a little scare. The French junior team has perhaps a little less international experience than their Spanish rivals. They've lost the lead and they have less than 2 seconds advantage over the junior Americans. An American team that has no more joker option after losing the services of David Camo. Change of scene on day 3. We head to the north of Figueira da Foz and the coast with an incredible view of the Atlantic. The riders have to be careful heading down the descent, a minefield of pitfalls. No problems for the stars of the 6 days who arrive on time at the checkpoint. A new course means new specials as well, a little less sand and above all a decisive enduro test on rocky terrain that bears more than a passing resemblance to a WEC special. You might ask yourself, just who is this fast rider taking us on board? Well, he is a she, none other than the lovely French rider Ludovine Puy. There are 5 countries and 15 riders taking part in the women's 6 days, and Ludovine Puy is leading in the overall individual standings.